The reason you're not successful in reselling is simple, bro. You just don't do enough. Most beginners think they can just sit and enter on sneakers drawings, get lucky on a big fish release, and then boom, their sneaker reselling career is off to the races. When in reality, the pro resellers dedicate all their time, all their energy to sneaker reselling. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you the 3 things that pro resellers do that beginners don't. And don't worry, I'm gonna tell you how to fix all these problems. The first thing that pros understand that beginners don't is what's hot and what's not. Now, one of the biggest things I hear from beginner resellers is like, Rico, how do I know what shoes to go for? Rico, how do I know what shoes have value? And honestly, that's the foundation of being a sneaker reseller. I mean, that's really elementary when it comes to sneaker reselling. Now, 90% of the time, you're a sneakerhead turned reseller, so you already know this stuff off the bat. But if you're not, this is how you fix that. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go to Instagram, right? And then you're gonna follow pages like Z Sneakerhead. Pages like Z Sneakerhead post upcoming sneakers, rumored to come out sneakers. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna pay attention to the comments, right? You'll see in the comments what the public thinks about this shoe, whether it's trash or whether it's fire. Now, don't only follow the comments, because what I want you to do is start to notice patterns. Which collabs like Travis's, right? Or which colorways like UNC or Chicago colorways. Once you start to notice that, then you'll automatically by yourself start to understand what shoes are hot, what's gonna have value, what you should go for. Then once your understanding becomes a little more advanced, you'll even start to know what shoes that you can possibly take a chance on and which ones aren't worth taking a chance on, just like the pros do. The next thing that pro resellers do that beginners don't is have back doors. Now, I'm just playing. It's not just necessarily having back doors, but what they do that beginners don't is learn the art of cultivating relationships. One thing that everybody complains about in the sneaker culture is back doors and inside info. And no, hey, don't get it twisted. Back doors are a thing, but the reason why pros have them and beginners don't is because they actually get out and make those connections instead of whining about it. Now, as far as inside info goes, right, I'm talking about the shock drops that the beginners don't know about, the restocks that the beginners don't know about. How you solve that problem is getting inside of a cook group. And bro, the right cook group will change your entire life. That's literally the difference between them knowing about these shock drops and beginners not. As far as getting back doors, you gotta build solid relationships with everybody you come across, of course, if they're worth it in the sneaker market. And I promise you, a back door will fall in your lap. You could even be buying or selling from a guy who is a manager at Foot Locker, and because you've been showing love and might be a pleasure to work with and might even be a nice, cool dude, the relationships just honestly form themselves. But if that don't work for you, I promise you, you will find a back door if you go to these resale shops and you frequently shop with them, you buy merch, you go in there in the daytime when the managers are there. Because I'm gonna let you in on something. You're doing them a favor by buying other things other than the limited releases that they drop, because they still got a business to run. And contrary to what most people believe, they don't make $1 off of any of the retros or releases that they sell. Their game plan is to get those releases so that they can attract you to the store, so that maybe you'll pick up a shirt or a pair of socks or some shirts to wear with those sneakers. Once they start to see you enough and see that you're buying, that's when you make conversation with them. You ask them, hey, do y'all be getting retros or whatnot? And they'll either tell you no, or they'll tell you, yeah, we get them. Ask them how their release system goes. And typically you're gonna get a, oh yeah, I got you, bro, from the manager. The most important thing that pros do that beginners do not is they diversify their inventory. And let me make that a lot more simple. They don't just stick to trying to buy and sell hype releases. And not only do they not target hype releases, they also buy and sell used sneakers as well. Now, a professional anything never puts all his eggs in one basket as far as any avenue of any hustle or business. So with that said, a big mistake that you're making is thinking that you're only gonna sell brand new limited sneakers. And I get it. That's the image we see on Instagram, but they're not showing their used pairs, and that's where they make a lot of their money. Outside of the used pairs, they're buying and selling something called bricks. And no, we're not talking about cocaine. We're talking about sneakers that don't have all the hype. Just because they don't have the hype doesn't mean that the demand isn't there sometimes, and that's how you have bricks created. There was a saying that I used to hear all the time in the sneaker culture that I don't hear anymore, and that saying goes, bricks build houses. What that means is when it's dry, you gotta rely on other sneakers to keep your business afloat. Now, in order to go find bricks, in my cook group, I have a brick section where I'm posting links daily as far as shoes that you can get under market or whatever and make you a little money on top. And not only my group, any group has that. However, if you can't do that, then you're gonna have to get out there and do some footwork and go in these stores, scan the barcodes, look on eBay, look on StockX, and see if you can make profit that way. And as far as the used sneakers, that's honestly the easiest. You can get on Facebook Marketplace and just search for used sneakers and try to see and set meetups and send out messages and see if you can score you something that way. And that part of the hustle is so sweet because you can really talk people down off of used shoes just off the premise that they're used and not new. So the presumed value is not there. You could even take sneakers that are like below a 2 or 3, clean them up a little bit, bring them back up to a 6 or 7, and get way more profit than you would even get on new shoes. So boom, leave me a comment, your city and state, where you from. We trying to make a map that show everywhere we touch. Also, if your boy gave you some value, man, please subscribe, share this video to somebody. I am under algorithm attack and I need y'all help to get out, man. Rico gang, love y'all. Let's get it.